Hello, today we're going to be talking about a grammar issue that confuses a lot of students. What we're talking about today are articles. And when I say articles, I mean the words a, an, and the. When we think about articles, when do we use a, when do we use an, when do we use the, or when do we have no article? What we first need to think about is what kind of noun do we have? Because what articles do is they introduce a noun. So when we think about nouns, we have three kinds of nouns that, and the kind of noun, what kind of noun it is determines what we should do as far as articles go. So the first kind of noun is the generic noun. And when I say a generic noun, I mean I'm speaking about something in general, as a rule. For example, a banana is yellow. If I say a banana is yellow, I'm speaking about bananas in general. This is the rule for bananas. Or I could say a table has 4 legs. A table. I'm not talking about this table or that table. I'm just talking about tables in general, as a rule. So that's what we mean when we say a generic noun. Next, after generic nouns, another kind of noun is the indefinite noun. The indefinite noun is the actual thing, but that actual thing is not specifically identified. We'll talk about that later. So, for example, look at my sentence. There is a banana in my lunch. When I say a banana, I mean there is an actual banana there. It's different from when we talked about generic nouns where I said a banana is yellow, all bananas. As a rule, here I'm talking about an actual banana in my lunch. So that is what we mean by an indefinite noun. An actual thing, but not specifically identified. The third kind of a noun, after generic and then indefinite, now we have the definite noun. The definite noun is when both the speaker and the listener are thinking about the same thing. For example, look at my sentence. Thank you for the banana. I say the banana because I know both the speaker and the listener are thinking about the same banana. Thank you for the banana. Yes, the banana that you gave me, that banana. So we're both thinking about the exact same banana, so that's where I mark that with the word the. Okay, so now we have 3 different kinds of nouns. Generic, a banana is yellow. Indefinite, there is a banana in my lunch. Indefinite, thank you for the banana. So once we determine what kind of noun we're working with, then we can figure out what we need to do as far as articles. Which article do I put in front of this noun? So first let's talk about generic nouns. Look at the first sentence. We've seen this before. A banana is yellow. Banana is a singular count noun. So, for a singular count noun, when I'm speaking, when it's a generic noun, I'm speaking about something in general, we use a or an. If you look at the second sentence there, bananas are yellow, there's no article there. And in the third sentence, fruit is good for you, once again, no article. So when I have a generic noun, and it's plural, or it's non-count, fruit is a non-count noun, we do not put an article in front of that. So let's do a quick practice with generic nouns. Remember, if it's singular count, we'll use a or an. If it's plural or non-count, no article. First of all, island is surrounded by water. We see island, that's a count noun, and it's singular, so we'll put either a or an. In this situation, we'll use an because island begins with a vowel sound, so we'll use an. An island is surrounded by water. In the second one, teachers are mean. In that situation, we're talking about teachers in general, as a rule, so we'll have no article there. It's just teachers are mean. In the third one, a tree needs water. Because tree is singular, we'll say a tree needs water. And then homework is fun. Homework is a non-count noun. So in that sentence, there will be no article before homework. It's just homework is fun. And the last one, air, also non-count noun. So in that situation, no article. Air is free. Moving on to indefinite nouns. With an indefinite noun, this is where there is an actual thing. So, for example, I ate a banana. I ate some bananas. I ate some fruit. There are some differences between these sentences and the ones with the generic nouns. For the first one, I ate a banana. That's a singular count noun, and that has a in front of it. That is actually the same as a generic noun. It's the same rule. A banana is yellow, generic. I ate a banana, indefinite. We put a in front of the singular count noun. For the second one and the third one, I ate some bananas and I ate some fruit. For both of those, we need to have some quantifier, something to say how much, or maybe to say whose, in front of the indefinite noun. In this situation, I've used some. I ate some bananas. For the non-count noun, I ate some fruit. Let's do an exercise to practice this. So, these are all indefinite nouns, and we're either going to put a or an or some in the sentences. We'll put a or an for the singular count nouns. We will put some for the plural nouns or the non-count nouns. The first one, I had accident. In this situation, we'll say an accident. It's singular count. It also begins with a vowel sound, so we use an. The second one, I have homework to do. Homework is a non-count noun, so we'll say I have some homework to do. The third one, there is student outside. Student is singular count, so there is a student outside. And then there are books on the floor. We'll put there are some books on the floor because books is plural. And the last one, I got mail from my mother. Mail is a non-count noun, so we'll use some. So I got some mail from my mother. All right, the third kind of noun is the definite noun. With the definite noun, remember we said that's where both the speaker and the listener are thinking about the same thing. For example, thank you for the banana. Thank you for the bananas. Thank you for the fruit. If I'm saying thank you for the banana, we both know which banana we're talking about, the one that you gave me. So to show that we both know which one, we'll say the banana. With definite nouns, it's great because if it's singular count, if it's plural, if it's non-count, we use the same article, the. Makes it a lot easier that way. One question is, how do we know when something goes from being an indefinite noun to a definite noun? One way we can get from indefinite to definite is with what we call second mention. The second time I talk about something, it becomes definite. For example, I read a book. In the first sentence, I read a book. That's the first time I've mentioned it. And the second one, the book was about grammar. The book that I read, the one that I just mentioned. So the second mention, it becomes definite. The book was about grammar. If we look at the second sentence, I ate a banana. It's the first time I've talked about it. The banana was good. The banana was good. I use the because it's the second time I talked about it. It's definite because we both know it's the banana I just mentioned a second ago. And the last one, here's a chair. Sit in the chair. A chair, first mentioned. Sit in the chair, the second time I've talked about it. Another way that a noun could go from being indefinite to definite is in certain situations where there's only one. For example, the sun is hot today. The sun. We know which sun we're talking about, right? The only sun that we have on earth. So the sun is hot today. We all, both the speaker and the listener, know which sun we're talking about. The next one, the teacher is angry. If we're in a classroom and there's one angry person there and it happens to be the teacher, we all know which teacher we're talking about, the teacher of the class. So here the teacher is angry because in a classroom there would only be one teacher, usually. And then in a house, most houses have one kitchen. So if someone says to somebody else, hey, the kitchen is dirty, they both know which kitchen they're talking about, the kitchen in the house that they happen to be in. So hopefully this helps answer some of your questions about articles and helps you understand a little bit better about how to do your grammar exercises, and also will improve your writing skills. Thank you.